All right, we're live. So basically, this is a template that we have to fill out. And this is an example that they, other than filling out this template or a template, and we just need to go over our individual examples. So how would we like to begin?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All
Do
right,
you
let's just go over our example.
do you want me to do like a screen share on our actual put in, or do you just want us to kind of like our thought on it?
I think we can, if you just want to give the example, we can decide whose example we want to use.
Okay.
And after reviewing all the examples that we've each individually created, we can make questions and so on.
Oh,
So
okay,
if you want to start.
So for mine, I did how, like, if you were to practice law in Russia or Germany, it's different than what it would be in the States, because in the States it's more of a common law than I can't
Civil.
even think of it. Yeah, and in Russia or Germany or even Japan or China, you don't really have necessarily a right. It's kind of, they're going to go about the case how they want to go about it instead of going through the chain of command. So that's what
All right. I can go next. I gave an example.
Okay, sounds good.
So Sam is a personal injury lawyer in the United States, and he has a brother who practices law, well, is a judge over in Germany. And at every family reunion, they debate about which is better, whether it's better to have the judges deciding who will come up to the stand and interrogating them, or whether or not it's better to have lawyers doing it. And Sam always argues that the lawyers have two, because there's a defending lawyer and an attacking lawyer, basically. They decide, they portray different versions of the truth. And so the jury and the judge are able to decide what is actually the truth. And what George, the brother, argues is that independent third party away from either the defendant or the I can't remember the other name is a more pure way to present the truth. That way, it's not biased by one side or the other. So, is it Palmer? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
I'll go next.
All right, you go ahead, David.
So I actually chose an actual case. So I don't know how many of you have heard of Amanda Knox, but he's a U.S. citizen who supposedly or allegedly killed his roommate. And Italy has a vastly different law than we do. Of course, her being U.S.
Kind of breaking out again.
Dang. Okay, but I have heard of his case. I didn't even think to look there.
I think he froze for me. Oh, he's just really good at things. Yeah.
Okay. Well, for sake of continuity, do you want to go, Melanie? And we'll wait to see if he makes it back.
Well, I have to apologize because I'm not prepared. I've had a rough week. I apologize. I don't have anything to share. I will be much better next week.
That's
No
okay.
problem.
I'm
I feel like
sorry.
the first 3 weeks are like always really hectic and crazy, and
Yeah, I didn't
This is my
realize.
semester, and I just can't get my bearings straight.
I didn't realize that we had to do before until about 2 hours ago when I checked. So I understand.
Yeah. Well, I apologize. I swear I'll be better next week.
So it sounds like David has a pretty great example that we.
The Amanda Knox case. I think so far we should go with his. Unless Palmer, unless you have.
No,
Well,
mine's
that's gonna,
not. I don't think
okay.
we can solve the real case. I did some. Like, I looked at the example and I thought he just, like, made up a situation. So that's what I did. I made up a situation where there was a court using the inquisitorial approach and then made up another one where they used it. It was kind of cool. I had them crashing at the border. And so there were two trials, and one was in Canada. I don't even know if they used the inquisitorial, but I said they did. But yeah, they did that, and the judge was basically doing all of the work of like trying to figure out the facts and everything. And then the other guy thought that that was unfair, so they had a trial in the U.S. and like they both talked to their lawyers, and the lawyers did all the presenting of the evidence and all that stuff, and then the judge made the final decision in the U.S.
So I actually did have a question. So what did okay, so let's say I'm over in Russia and I commit a crime. Would I have the chance to be tried in Russia, or would they send me back to the U.S. to be tried in the U.S. since I'm a citizen of the U.S.? Because that's where I got confused.
You would definitely be. I think that video. I think that's what you're talking about. I think that video only covered things that are within this country specifically, in between states. Because if you break a law in another country, they'll try you according to that law, and depending on the severity and their laws, they might deport you or they may imprison you in their country.
Okay. Kind of what I was thinking. I was just like, rather ask and make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with immigration laws here in the U.S., but there's a lot of debate about that, specifically because of how many immigrants, legal or not, we have coming to the U.S., how we should try them, and whether or not we want them in our prisons when they break laws anyway.
Was David messaging you, Brian? Or said like the time.
All right, so I'm not sure if you guys got the message, but David said his internet sucks, but it's all they have. So
Where is he again?
I'm not sure. I think he was out when we talked about where we're from. So. Alrighty.
So, since we didn't hear his example, do we want to use someone else's example, or wait until he joins the connect?
I think yours is the only one we haven't heard now, besides him. Because Melanie doesn't have one yet.
I thought Palmer gave his.
Yeah, I did just give mine.
Oh, yeah. So we're just waiting on David. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
One of those weeks. It's only Tuesday.
I know. thing is, after tomorrow, I'm pretty much done for the week. I just have to work.
Mm.
All right, so while we're waiting on him, then here's the sorts of things. I'm not sure how much you guys have seen. Come up with our example and then type an explanation of it. So explaining what the difference is between the two systems, common law and civil. And then we have to come up with a exam level question to that he could use on an exam, basically, with a correct answer and then 3 wrong answers. And so each answer requires an explanation of why it is right or wrong.
Oh, so okay. That makes more sense. I thought we were supposed to like find the question from a quiz somewhere.
No, I think he just wants us to create his exams for.
Well, then we could at least get one question right?
Yeah, theoretically.
Exactly. You know, so when we all take this exam, we're gonna be like, "Oh, I did that." You know, that was our question.
Do we have any response from him? Not yet. All right, do we want to just start coming up with our own example then? And just start working from there?
Yeah, so that's probably the best.
All right, what sort of example do we want to give?
So we're basically just giving a situation that demonstrates both sides, right?
Yeah. Or we could even, for instance, give a situation where a person is like has broken a law in another country that has civic law,
Mm-hmm.
and how he's dealing with the differences of not having a lawyer that's backing him and, you know, working with him directly, and how that contrasts to his.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, it says David got back to us. It's the case of Amanda Knox. She was a U.S. citizen, tried in Italy for the murder of her roommate. She expected to have a court case similar to the U.S. However, Italy uses a different system. That's, yeah, pretty much the second type of example we mentioned. All right, so should we use that?
Yeah.
Amanda Knox.
I think she like sprayed her roommate's food with some like bleach or something.
Hasn't she been tried twice?
I feel like she has, because I feel like I've heard her name in the news a lot.
Not in another country, thank you.
Alright, sorry about that. I'm back on for now.
Woohoo! Welcome back. I think if you just keep your video off, you'll probably stay with us better.
I'm hoping so.
Alright, can you all see my screen on that well? That's kind of small.
I can see it.
Alright, so I just wrote a paragraph. I'm not sure what sort of quality you guys want. You're able to critique me as much. I can take it. I put Amanda Knox was a U.S. citizen that was tried in Italy for the murder of her roommate. Although she expected to have a traditional American trial with a lawyer to back her up, she was surprised to find out that it was a judge that would call all the witnesses to the stand and interrogate them. What else do we want to add?
I would probably include something about how their laws are different than ours.
Okay. Let's see. Due to how would I word that? Due to Italy's
The different style of trial. That works too.
in contrast. I'll just keep that. We could use this explanation of our example to point out the differences of the laws more, and not necessarily keep it in the example, since during an exam you'd probably expect us to realize what or why it would be different.
Yeah, that makes sense. We can do that.
Under common law, lawyers for opposing sides represent the clients of each.
Kind of present their own evidence.
What was that?
Present their own evidence or facts.
Yeah. Present a unique side to the story.
And call their own witnesses.
As well as stick to the facts of the case.
Is it civic or civil law? I can't remember for the life of me.
I think it's. Well, I think so.
It's civil.
Civil? Okay. All right. So what sort of question? By the way, if you see anything you want to change, just let me know. In the future, we could probably actually upload this to Google Docs and edit it real time with each other. But what sort of question do we want to do?
I guess what the difference is between the two.
Wasn't there like, I might have been something else. Wasn't there an exception? I think I might have been something else.
So what we could just as an idea, our question was this. So our example, we'll just cut out the explanation there. Like this. U.S. citizen that was tried in Italy for the murder of a roommate. Italy follows a civil law model. What sort of differences should Amanda expect with her trial in Italy?
As compared to the United States?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So the correct answer is
no access to discovery.
what's that?
No access to discovery. So like no information about what the other side has on her to convict her.
Okay.
So there wasn't like shared information.
Right. Because it's the judge who calls all the witnesses.
So she should not expect to have any access to evidence against her. Or a lawyer to call witnesses, call and interrogate witnesses on her behalf. Is that good?
Yep.
Good.
All right. Type of feedback. For reference, he says correct answer feedback. His answer was correct because the text says when an employee tells the corporate employer's lawyer may not be protected. In the case of Bill being the CEO and talking about his illegal usage of a company car to the company's lawyer. So probably going to have to jump back to the textbook and grab an example. Let me see.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that last bit? What you said about jumping back to the textbook?
Yes, so in his example, he goes back to the textbook, basically. Like, I'm not sure if you can see my screen very well.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Yeah, this section right here, it looks like he quoted it from the textbook to justify his correct answer.
Oh.
And because, and so explains his answer, his correct answer. How about this? Let's just come up with the wrong answers and then we'll all do the justifications afterwards. Does that sound good? All right, so what do we want for our first wrong answer?
Are there multiple judges in civil courts, the civil law model? I don't think so, right?
There aren't, but that's a good wrong answer. All right, second wrong answer.
She'll have to present her evidence on her own.
So she sat in jail for 4 years, right? Before she had a trial.
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the case, actually.
Is David still on?
I'm not sure.
I can try to see if typing him would work. Oh, man. Brian, you beat me to it.
Sorry. I didn't hear your voice until after I already typed it.
Oh, that's fine.
All right, so she should expect to have to present her own case.
But I guess going off of what Melanie says, like something we could put together would be in the U.S. compared to foreign countries. How long do you have to wait for your trial, or how long does it take to, you know, if it's to find a killer, or because I know at times it can take a while to get your trial seen or heard, I should say.
Sorry, what was your question?
I'm trying to read a little bit about her case, but it seems like she spent 4 years in prison following a wrongful conviction where the courts overruled that and she was tried again. So I don't know that that's really civil versus whatever, but, or if that's just American versus Italian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I'm not clear about.
I guess
So,
it depends.
trials were not to be tried twice or anything like that. I don't know if that's just American law or would follow their civil.
Let me see. They provided a list. Let's see. Of countries that use civil law. All right, let me see if I can find it real quick. Civil law system, judicial review of legislation under certain conditions of the Constitutional Court. So Italy is one of the countries that uses civil law. In which case, although it wasn't necessarily the highlight of her trial, it was an aspect of the crime. Alrighty, so we need our third wrong answer, and we'll justify all of them.
Brian, can you do the screen share again?
Yeah, working on it.
Thanks.
Good?
Sorry.
No problem. Ooh, he found our justification. Did you guys catch that?
You could put that there would be no trial. Well, I guess that might be too obvious, but
What was it you said,
So,
Oliver?
I said that there would be no trial.
There would be no trial?
Yeah, unless you think that's too obvious of wrong.
Yeah.
Too obvious. Oh.
All right. So she would have to explain it. What should I put as the justification for answer 2? Does this look all right?
Yeah, that looks good.
And then, Brian, for David, since he kind of has his back and everything going in and out, will you just like make a side note and just kind of put like he was present because he did participate?
Yeah. And he gave us an info from the book on the correct answer. Let's see. Because inquisitorial judges have stronger binding facts, not just applying the laws to the facts you cannot expect.
Brian, did you David or message? So he says the correct answer
Yes.
explanation is the judge is inquiring more into the facts of the case rather than applying the law.
All right. Just inquiring. All right. Is that good? Is he still on with this call? Let me see it.
Yeah, that looks like a good explanation.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Everything's looking good. Alrighty, this is it. Go ahead and save it and submit it, and I think we'll be done. Does anybody have any other notes?
That seems good. Should we try and maybe do this? I like Tuesdays. Tuesdays work for me. But
Palmer, it was really hard to hear you.
Yeah. You just cut out.
can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Said Tuesdays work good for me. I like Tuesdays, but maybe try a little earlier time.
Yeah. I would be down for an earlier time. So, Melanie, do you usually have stuff going till 9 on Tuesdays?
No, I'm usually off by 5, so home by 6.
Okay. If we want to do like 6:30, I would be perfectly down with that on every Tuesday, just to set a schedule. Let me check with David.
This is Mountain Time. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have my other online class at 7:30 or 7. So I
I
would
actually
need to
have
be-
What's that? What did you say, Hillary?
Oh, I cut Melanie off, so I was gonna wait for her to finish.
Okay.
Doesn't our instructor meet at 7 on Tuesdays?
I'm not sure. I think he did Thursday last week, but if he made an announcement about it, then probably.
Let me check his email.
Because I actually have another group meeting from 8 to 9. That's why I was in like both. So I was one on my phone, and then I had to like set up my computer.
Yeah,
That was my issue today. Sorry.
no problem. So, how long does it usually take you to get home from work, Melanie? Because if we can cut it closer to 6, then
I could do 6.
okay. Yeah, let's see if David can do that, and if
I can
so,
try for it. I don't know if you can hear me.
yeah, we can.
I generally get off at 5:30. I'm in Arizona, so I'm an hour different from you guys.
Uh-huh.
So my 5:30 for me is 6:30 for you guys. So I can try and get here in time. See anything on it. So.
Okay.
I have an idea. I mean, I don't know if you guys would be okay with it. I mean, we could set up a Google Doc and kind of everybody contribute and put like a question or go through with it, and then meet at a time for like 30 minutes, go over it, see if anyone has questions, talk about it really quick, and then get off, because we all seem like we have really busy stuff. Especially Palmer, you have a baby coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also we can push it later. I don't know what your Wednesday schedules look like, but I mean, we don't have to do it Tuesday, so.
I work noon to 10 every Wednesday.
Okay.
So I can't do Wednesdays.
What
Yeah.
about Mondays? Is anyone busy on Mondays?
No.
No, it just means homework on Sunday,
That's true.
which I don't really care to do, but if that's what works.
What about you, Palmer?
On Mondays.
Yeah.
Not terribly. No. I'm just family homing.
Yeah. So how about let's just go ahead and go with Hillary's idea then. We'll try for 6:30 on Tuesdays, and work on the Google Docs. And you said your other class, Melanie, it starts at 7 or 7:30?
Well, I thought it was this instructor, so I guess I might be wrong.
Okay. Yeah, if we even just have an hour then, I mean, even with all of our tech issues this time around, we still got it done in about an hour 15, so. Does that sound good, David?
Sounds perfect for me.
All right.
So
And if you run a little.
I will see you guys next Tuesday at 5:30.
All right, sounds good. And I am submitting that now, so we're good to go.
Do you want us to take turns being in charge, taking leader?
Sure. I mean, we can set up a rotation. Maybe that can be part of what we discuss on the Google Doc.
Okay.
Do you want to get that set up, Hillary?
Yeah, I
And
can get it set
we'll
up.
just.
I can't be. Not that I can't be. I'm on my husband's military, and we're on leave right now, so I'm not in the comfort of my own house right now. So getting set up and everything's kind of a little bit tight right now and a little complicated and running around.
Okay.
But I can take it the first week of October, like recording the meeting, and I can set up the Google Doc for next week, no problem. If that's okay, if someone else wants to record it.
Yeah, I'm fine with recording. I mean, I don't have to worry about interruptions. So.
Okay, and then I can set up the Google Doc, no problem.
All right. So we'll wait to reconvene and just discuss things on the Google Docs. They have a chat function there. That'll be a bit easier to follow than a million emails. So, sound good to everybody?
Yep.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a good week.
You too.
Have a good night,
Best of luck
everybody.
in all your
Bye.
classes, guys.
Yeah. All right.